Howdy, howdy, fellas. Got a World of Warships Legends match for you today. In the Tiger’59, this is one of the, I guess St. Patrick's Day ships that they have available, a lot of the British ships. This thing has... It swings back and forth between one of the best, is the best record of any ship in the game, and it's the worst ship in the game, and yada yada yada. They did give it a pretty significant buff. Not too long ago. You can see I'm running through my stats to check that. You see I just changed steering gears to supercharges. I don't know. Rudder stays reasonable, but it's not... I got a lot to talk about on this ship. This ship is polarizing. I'll just give you the should you get it? Only if you want it. I think this ship is interesting. It has a lot of good things about it. The buff that it got, they basically gave it, I think, more or less elbing accuracy. I don't know if it's the exact same formula, but it's extremely accurate now. So I've got AA mod first slot. When I played it previously, my thought was, you know, it's got this radar and smoke and whatever, but it's pretty slow. It only has the two guns. They're kind of Minotaur turrets, but they have a significantly slower reload, and there's only two, so the DPM can be fierce, but it can also be limited by ship's angling, etc., etc. So it's not a ship that you can just take into any match solo and just know for sure that you're going to carry a game. I am actually going to show you two matches today because I think part of the fundamental, you know, thing about this ship is it plays very differently at tier 7 versus, sorry, in a 6-7 match versus a 5-6 match, and honestly even in a 5-6 match, depending on how matchmaking treats you. So I think I showed it for about half a second. It is in the beginning. Also, you saw my build. I've, you know, switched to supercharges to give it a little bit of extra range and pin, and the grouping bonus you don't really feel much. I swear I can feel it. Anyway, running Zlata Grazza, it's the same build that I've got on Plymouth. You don't really need the turret rotation on this, but I just, if I change my builds around, I forget to change them back, and then I get in a match, and I hate it. So since I only play the Tiger’59 occasionally, and I'm playing the Plymouth a ton these days, I just left it. What else? Yeah, so tier 6, 7 matches play out, and actually just, you really want to look at the battleships that are in your match, because this thing is covered in armor plating that will bounce 14-inch guns. So if you get into a 5-6 match that has a lot of 14-inch guns, you can actually play this thing as like a tank. You can't be careless. You don't have great firing angles. They're not awful, but they're not amazing. But you can bounce 14-inch guns on this thing, and that's really cool. But you can't bounce 15 or 16-inch guns, or obviously anything bigger. And so you end up in a 6-7 match, and yeah, you have to play it very much like a more fragile light cruiser. So I just think that depending on how your matchmaking goes, this ship, I think it can be effective in either, and that's why I'm showing both. It doesn't mean that you can't do stuff, it just means that you have to play it differently. And you can see that I just absolutely ate up that Ashitaka. That is a not particularly well armored, what is it, a tier 6 Amagi more or less, with like a bunch of kind of changes to make it a little less strong. So it is what it is. This is cool. Supercharges lets me reach out to this Connecticut. I don't actually know if I get that many hits on it, and that's certainly a thing. It's like, is it really worthwhile? These shells are super floaty. Oh yeah, I get a little damage on them, so maybe it's worth it. But honestly, at the end of the day, like, does this extra range mean all that much on the Tiger’59? I'm not convinced. But also, the rudder's not that amazing either. Sure, the pin's always nice, but again, with these British light cruiser shells, I don't know, like, it's one of those things that I think supercharges is a neat addition. I've heard people say that it's like, oh my gosh, it's busted, it's crazy. Like, just in practice, I really don't find it making that much difference in how the ships play. You're still going to be aiming for nose, upper belt, stern. You're still superstructure. You're still going to be getting ooh, ouchies. That secondary. Oh, he shot over me. I didn't notice that in the match, but actually no, I did. I remember this match is from a while ago. So yeah, again, like I'm shooting his nose, and you can actually see like it does damage if you can get the somewhere you can pin. It actually does a decent amount of damage. This guy kind of came around the corner, pushing me, and yeah, you can get there, but it's limited. One of the reasons that I didn't put this match out immediately is I think I played this right when the St. Patrick's Day stuff came out. These guys aren't the brightest crayons in the box, honestly. Like, I just remember when I played this match, I was like, ugh, does this, you know, I have a good game, but does this really show the character of the Tiger’59 based on the competition that I was facing? I don't know, you know, you get the matches that you get, it goes both ways. I think, I just want to say that. I recognize that the red team in this match isn't the A team. But I'll also say, like, I don't know, is it a win without me? Maybe, maybe not. You'll see, you know, you'll see at the end. I think we're all right. But yeah, the Tiger’59, when you get it going, if you can get in the positions, if you can keep the kind of floaty shells on target, it's all right. It doesn't have great firing angles. The handling's not amazing, but it's not awful. Yeah, I said I'm running Zlatogratza, which tightens up the handling just a little bit. Ooh, nice shot of Magi. Tightens up the handling just a little bit, but still gives you the extra pin damage on the AP and a little bit of extra accuracy. We zoom through this, take a few pot shots on the Connecticut, but whatever, we've already talked about that. Yeah, Tiger’59's an interesting ship. I wouldn't say that it's a must-have. It's not a ship that I would recommend. Like the Belfast, I think, is a kind of better all-around ship, and I mean that in the sense that it's a little more flexible. It's maybe a little more standard, a little more manageable for various skill levels, and it's still pretty good. Tiger’59 does get a super heal, which I guess I used at some point just to heal up based on kind of the cadence of the match. I didn't expect to need all of them. Maybe I used it, I don't actually even remember when I used it. Using my radar here, it's only an 8.5 25-second radar. I think that used to be pretty amazing, but just with the way the game has evolved, and it, you know, with more stuff happening at tier 7 than at tier 6, I just don't know that that's that amazing anymore. Good, still good, certainly. Not groundbreaking. Chewing up this Akatsuki, but all those points, you can see that took a minute. It's not like I just showed up and blasted him and he's done. But he did certainly go down. I just don't know that that's that unique anymore. I like the Tiger’59. I think it's fun. I think it does some stuff, and you know, it's just a little different. It's a quirky ship. I think if you want a quirky ship, it's a good choice. But it's not a must-have. It's fun. It's fun. If you're looking for something different, a little spicy, I think the Tiger’59 is worth a look. If you're looking for a workhorse tier 6 premium, I think there are better options for people at that skill level, because I think that also is going to tie to your skill level. If you're looking for something different, for something a little spicier, you might be a little more ready for the Tiger’59 and have a good time with it. And go in and understand what that AP only on 2 turrets, you know, understand the drawbacks and benefits of all that stuff. Be a little more prepared for it. So that's my recommendation. I say this a fair amount, is like there's a you'll know it when you're ready aspect to a lot of this stuff. You know, people are like, what should I do with this, or when should I get this ship? And for me, because this was very much my journey as well, I had a lot of these questions, and then at some point you get to the moment that it's like, I don't need anyone else's recommendation because I know what I want. I know what I want for me, for my thing, and I don't need anyone else to tell me what to do, because like, I get it. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I know what build I'm going for. I know what ship I want to use. I whiffed that. I could have picked that up. That was poor aim on my part, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna pick up the cap here. Just swing. Yes, this match is more or less in the bag, but they are flipping the cap. Yeah, they've got no time. This match is in the bag at this point. This is all just vanity. But hey, you might as well. I really want to get around to the rear end of this Connecticut. This is one of my favorite things to do, is get to the backside of full forward turret battleships and just shoot them right in the butt. I just love it. It's so satisfying. And I've actually run into this guy a fair amount recently, and he gets really bad. I don't know why. But I can't remember what. It was a match I was in, and he got mad at me, and actually just played a match with him the other day, and he got mad at somebody else, and it's like, alright, man. I get it. I get mad plenty, but it's all, dude, it's a game. Like, come on, y'all. let's be excellent to each other. Just got a Summers. That is dangerous, but yeah, I'm just radaring because the match is almost over. Hey, and we do actually... Nope. Oh, I don't know if it was in range. It's whatever. We're just trying to hit. Again, to the point of the range on the shells. They're hard to hit at long range. I'm sure somebody can hit them better than I can. You can also see that the accuracy, even with the buff, isn't perfect. You know? Oh, yeah. 34-64. I think... Ooh, I can't remember the order. I think that was my personal best. Oh, golly. Why? It was so long. I was flipping through it. Hold on. Alright, cool. There we go. Sorry. Next match. I need to put a transition in. That's so abrupt. Okay. Holy moly. I don't know. Did I mention at the beginning? It has been a minute since I've had time to do a video. And I feel like I've forgotten how to make videos. It really hasn't been that long, but life's been busy. You guys know how it is. It's like, I had... Everything was pretty chill, and then all of a sudden it's like everything just got busy. I just didn't have any time. So, Two Brothers. The other map was Northern Waters. This is a 5-6 match, and I don't think any battleship in this match overmatches me, which means that I can be a little tankier. But again, you can't be super careless. Oh, shoot. I meant to mention it in the last match, but I forgot to. The Tiger’59 has a reputation for having good AA. I think that needs like an asterisk beside it. The AA is decent, it has good range, and it has, you know, most ships have like the flak and then medium range and short range. The flak reaches out quite far, and then the kind of intermediate AA on the Tiger’59 also reaches out quite far, especially if you put an AA mod on it, or, you know, build into it, etc., etc. But most of the AA, or all of that like kind of intermediate AA, comes from I think they're 76mm dual mounts on the Tiger’59. And if you're in a carrier match, or honestly even against airstrikes, to the point of tanking battleships or tanking anything, be mindful of those mounts. They go easily. It's the same thing on the Minotaur, although it has a lot more. I think it has 4 per side. Because this one only has the 3 mounts, if you take really any amount of damage, especially HE damage, they are very easy to knock. I had a match in it quite a while ago, but I think I took... Ooh, I don't remember what it was from, but 1 salvo and it knocked all 3 mounts. You still get the flak from your main guns, of course, if they're not reloading. But that's just worth noting. That's a thing that I have started to pay attention to on some of these AA ships. It happens to me in the Ostergotland too. Like, you take a salvo, you get in a DD engagement, and then a carrier comes, and you're like, wait, like, why am I not shooting down any planes? And I look at my ship, and it's like, oh, I took half health damage in that fight, like, fine, I'll heal up some of it, whatever. But I also lost, like, 65% of my mounts. I've got nothing left. I think that one has, like, 7 40mm mounts. Anyway, be mindful of that. Don't be too aggressive and too cocky, because you've got the super heal, and you've got the armor if you're in a match like this that nothing overmatches you. If you're also facing a carrier, be mindful of your AA mounts, because that can be a real bummer when you're getting dropped by like a, I don't know, what's the whatever, the tier 5 premium one, and you're like, why can't I shoot down any planes, or even a Kaga? Watch your mounts. Yeah. shoot up a bunch of stuff over at A. Didn't actually sink them, which is a bit of a bummer. Close. And here we got a Florida. This is a thing you definitely need to know how to do with, honestly, with any cruiser, but especially British lights, U.S. heavies, U.S. lights. A lot of these kind of ships that don't necessarily have the fastest shell velocity. Get these little nooks and crannies and just like, pew, just shoot them right over. There is a destroyer in there. I see with the smoke. I was hoping he was creeping out of the edge when I popped the radar. I thought that might be it. But we also do have a friendly ship here, so hopefully he will shoot it. Again, the radar isn't that long, and you don't have sonar, which can be a bit of a bummer. Sonar is one of those things that when I use it, it never feels... Well, it doesn't never, but often feels like, oh, it's sonar, whatever. But then when I don't have it, I really miss it. So, just chewing up the nose on the Florida some more. You get in position, like, this thing will absolutely put out some damage. Do not underestimate it on either side. So, it's fun. I like the Tiger. Can we get... Nope, he shot the York. That destroyer is still there. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I just remembered who gets the destroyer. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. They are pew-pewing. I'm trying to get to this Florida. I don't want to get stuck in a scenario where I'm kind of get stuck like this, they get the smoke, and I'm showing too much broadside, and the Florida can... Ooh, wreck me. Hey, that's another thing. You can lose a gun. You only have the 2. Let's see. I think I lost an AA mount in that as well, at least one. So that's kind of my point about it, is those can go quick. That salvo didn't really hurt me. I can heal up almost all of it. And I've got 2 more heals after that. The heals on the Tiger’59 actually do heal quite a bit. So that is certainly worth knowing. Yeah, we're just doing this stuff. We're just trying to sneak it over the edge, try to shoot all this stuff, keep them harassed, keep them bottled up. You can see my team's kind of falling apart. We got, what is that, 4 versus 1, 2, 7. That's not looking good. But we know these guys are low. We know they're kind of stuck. If they back up, I can push in and follow them. If they push in, which I'm hoping they will, I can shoot them. In retrospect, maybe I should have just not pushed this guy as much, just kind of hung back a little bit and let him think that he's safe. But I did keep thinking that I would be able to just finish him off, but I think he got a heal off. And then... Oh no, he goes out. Wow, this was actually... I remember this match was hard, but this is a lot closer than I thought it was. Hey, we get the Florida! And then the Icarus is there, and... We get a double strike! Yeah, that's I remembered. I got a double strike. That's a lot of fun. Double strike in the Tiger. You don't see that every day. And then we've got a Zara obligingly pushing into me, keeping a little bit of angle. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to open up a little bit to get on him. Ooh, more whiffed shots. I was looking at the torpedoes to see which way they were going there. Yeah. Just trying to check out where the rest of the team is. And hey, look at that. We flipped it around. We sank, what was that, 3 ships in about a minute? That's alright. Get some shots on this Miyoko. Yeah, these shells are really floaty. And it doesn't have the burst, you know. It may have pretty decent DPM, but it's the kind of thing that it takes time to get going. And that just gives people time to react to it. So if they're like, oh no, like I'm getting shot by a Tiger’59. Unless it's, you know, not that maneuverable and you're getting a lot of citadels, you're gonna have to, you know, hit some of that superstructure and stuff. Got a York coming in. What are you doing, York? What are you doing? You guys just saw this. They had a commanding lead. They've got 3 caps, and they just the Florida and Icarus were probably kind of stuck. I think I could sink them anyway. The Zara and the York, get out of there, guys. Like, what are you doing? Go behind the island. Go somewhere else. Like, especially after he saw the Zara die. Like, beach on the island and go back the other way or something. You know, there is no reason for that York to come in to die there. It's just not, especially with these battleships on this side. Maybe he thought that they were going to be here faster, but if the York had waited just a little bit and the battleships come in at the same time as the York, like we have to pick, the battleships are hitting us, but now they're stuck. I'm kind of chewing up this Mackinson again. It looks like he went away and healed up. And yep, we just bounced that. Tiger 59 is fun. If I could guarantee 14-inch or lower guns, I would play this thing a lot. It's really fun to tank battleships in this thing. But also, I probably played it maybe 6 times this month. And I will say that I actually got a decent amount of 5-6 matches, but I think I mentioned this in... I actually can't remember what I would have been making a video of that I talked about this. There's just a lot of 15-inch guns, and even a few 16-inch guns at Tier 5 these days, even if it's a tier that does tend to have a lot of 14-inch guns. Everybody's got a War Spite. Everybody, you can get Mutsu for GXP. A lot of people have West Virginia. And then there's even the kind of more the tech tree versions, the Bayer and the Queen Elizabeth. You're gonna still run into those. There's just a lot of ships that can still overmatch this thing, even though it can't bounce the 14-inch gun. So it's not guaranteed, but it is really fun when you can get into a match where you can tank as a more or less light cruiser. Let's see, yeah. So Belfast, just the other options of the tier 6s for British cruisers. Belfast is probably just a more consistent, more standard, more forgiving ship. Tiger 59 is spicier. Cheshire, I'd take either of these over the Cheshire. They should give Cheshire defense AP. I mean, not the 14-inch and not the same damage, but give it short fuse and American pin angles, and I think suddenly the Cheshire is still... I don't think it would blow... It would go crazy. I think it would be good, and I think it would be a heck of a lot of fun. I don't think it would make it suddenly an absolute menace. It's got too many other weaknesses. But, ooh, man. I love improved AP. I would give every ship in the game improved... I would give every one of my ships improved AP if I could. So, you know, I fully recognize that I am 1000% biased there because I just love it. I like the defense. They should give the Cheshire improved AP. You guys heard it here first. Go tell Ouija for me. Chewing up the Lugdunum again. Lugdunum doesn't have a lot of health for a tier 6 battleship. It's not awful, but it's not particularly high. It's like 53k or something. And again, like this... Tiger 59 just can kind of do the damage. I'm so glad they buffed it. The improved accuracy is really nice, and it does feel like suddenly like you're actually effective at what you want to do. We get the Kraken. We got 164,000 damage in a Tiger 59. I'm going to speed up the rest of this again just to keep the video from being too long. But these are both this month. This one was more recent. The tier 7 match was a little earlier in the month. Just begging my team, like, hey, you know, we got this, guys. You know, just don't engage, don't die. Everybody's, you know, just stay safe. Yeah, I like this ship. I mostly just play tier 6 for the weekly premiums. That's where all of these came from. And I think I just kind of, this was the tier 6 ship that I played mostly this week. Yeah, I like it. If you want it, like, sure, get it, but it's definitely not a must-have. And yeah, that's a Tiger 59. GG. Oh, what's the score? Yeah, 36-61. GG, guys.